More news coming in for the Chicago Bears here on day one of NFL free agency. Welcome into Bears Now by Chat Sports. I am Harrison Graham. I'm back home. We had a 9.5 hour stream in the studio. Had to get some dinner, come on home, but still bringing you news here late on Monday night about 9:20 Central Time as we're filming this. DeMarcus Walker has agreed to what sounds like a 3-year contract, conflicting reports of a 2 or 3-year deal, but I think it's going to be one of those 2+1s. It's going to be a 3-year deal with the first 2 years where most of the money is and the ability to get out in year 3. So we'll see what the exact terms are. Mike Garafolo reports it's a 3-year in total, but he'll get $14 million over the first 2 years. Peter Schrager says he'll get $16 over the first 2 years. So we'll see what the exact numbers are. But the veteran defensive end becomes the first defensive lineman to sign with the Bears in free agency. Sounds like $7 or $8 million per year. He had a career high in sacks this past year with 7 with the Tennessee Titans. This will be his 4th team that he's played for in his career. Spent the first 4 years of his career in Denver, 2021 with Houston, and then 2022 with Tennessee. He's a bigger defensive end at 6'4", 280 pounds. So he'll come off the edge for Matt Eberflus's defense. Has the ability, probably with that size, to kick inside a little bit as well. Did some of that this year for Tennessee. Mostly played off the edge, but can kick inside also. 7 sacks this past year. Also had career highs in hurries and QB hits as well. 32 tackles for DeMarcus Walker. So pretty solid season for the Tennessee Titans. Give me your one-word reaction to the Bears signing DeMarcus Walker in NFL free agency. What do you guys think? Let me know down in the comments below your one-word reaction. And this is why you subscribe to the channel. Whether we're at home or in the studio, we're going to continue to bring you the latest and greatest Chicago Bears news, rumors, free agency updates. We've got you covered. Let's get to 63,000 subs as soon as possible. Would love to get to 70,000 by the draft. Can we do it? Up to you guys. If you want free Chicago Bears content, we are the channel for you. So Ryan Poles finally lands a defensive lineman on a day where a lot of other names that had been rumored to the Bears before free agency ended up signing elsewhere. We saw Javon Hargrave get that big deal with San Francisco, 4 years, $84 million. Just in the last hour or so, Draymond Jones signed a 3-year, $51 million deal with the Seattle Seahawks. And, we were kind of thinking, would I have done that deal? Maybe, maybe not. $17 million per year for the Broncos defensive tackle to go to Seattle. It was probably right on the border of what we thought he would get in free agency. Zach Allen got signed. So a lot of defensive linemen have gone off the board. Marcus Davenport went to Minnesota, and now Chicago gets in on the action. And DeMarcus Walker, a player that wasn't really on my radar, but had a career-best season for Tennessee this past year. You look at his Pro Football Focus numbers, overall grade of a 72.8, well above average. His pass rush about a 68, his run defense about a 69. Very solid there. I don't think this is like the oh my gosh defensive lineman, like this guy's going to change the trajectory of this front four. But he's better than what you mostly have, right? His 7 sacks would have led the Bears by 3 last year. Jaquan Brisker led the Bears as a rookie strong safety with 4 sacks. DeMarcus Walker had 7. Now, it's a career high. I don't know if he's still going to be ascending, but he's only 28 years old. I think this is one of those deals where at worst, he's a really good rotation guy. At best, he's a quality starter for you. He's been more of a rotation guy in his career, but I think with his level of play last year, he showed he can be a starting caliber player. I certainly think you need a lot more on this defensive line. I actually tweeted out after Draymond Jones and Zach Allen signed, that 3-tech spot is you kind of wonder where the Bears go there, right? Maybe a Jalen Carter in the draft at number 9 if they, sign off on the Georgia defensive tackle that obviously has some baggage currently. So it'll be interesting to see what happens. But I think DeMarcus Walker is at least a quality defensive lineman. They got to improve this pass rush. He gave you 7 sacks this past year. Think of what Travis Gibson did 2 years ago with 7 sacks. That's kind of the type of year that Walker had in 2022 with Tennessee, but you're hoping that he has another good year on top of that, whereas Gibson this past year for Chicago was not really able to do so. So DeMarcus Walker, on this defensive line. I think right now you would pencil him in as one of your starting edges. I don't think that's even up for debate with Dominique Robinson and Travis Gibson, your top two defensive ends before free agency. So I think Walker plugs in as a starter, and you go from there. Again, Peter Schrager reporting that he'll get $16 million over the first 2 years, so maybe another slightly front-loaded deal for Ryan Poles. The Bears were sitting at about $49-50 million in cap space before this deal. Unclear what his 2023 cap hit number will be. Let's just say it's $6-7 million, so they'd still have $42-43 million. Still a lot to spend in free agency if they want to go after an Orlando Brown or a Caleb McGarry or someone else. Okay, let's kind of hit some of the other moves that have happened for the Bears today. Kind of go through a bit of a free agency tracker here. They've signed two linebackers, Tremaine Edmonds, that was the big one. 4 years, $72 million for the 24-year-old young stud linebacker, highest graded PFF linebacker in 2022. Really good in coverage, can stop the run pretty well. Also, I think he's going to plug and play at that will linebacker spot. I'm excited about Edmonds. He seems fired up to be here. I think that is going to be a really, really nice fit. He gets a nice payday, $50 million guaranteed. We saw TJ Edwards be basically the first signing in all of free agency today. 3 years, $19.5 million. Great value. He was PFF's sixth highest graded linebacker. He's expected to plug in at the Mike, and then it sounds like Jack Sanborn will play over at Sam. So you've got a nice little three-headed monster now with Tremaine Edmonds at will linebacker. You've got TJ Edwards at that Mike linebacker spot, and then Jack Sanborn at that Sam linebacker spot. You've improved that position a lot. And remember, guys, I know we all wanted the splashy defensive lineman, etc., but this team had a lot of needs to fill. You can't fill them all with one signing. So they've loaded up with a good linebacking core. You add DeMarcus Walker now. As well. I am certainly a big fan of that. And you added offensive guard Nate Davis, who will play either right or left guard. He's played primarily right guard in his career, but I would think maybe left and cut Cody Whitehair, keep Tevin Jenkins at right guard. There's been some chatter / questions. Could Tevin Jenkins go to right tackle if you keep Cody Whitehair at left guard and go Davis at right guard? We'll see what Ryan Poles and Matt Eberflus's plans are there, but added Nate Davis earlier today as well with a 3-year, $30 million contract. So 4 signings in total here on day one of NFL free agency. It has certainly been a very busy one for Ryan Poles and the Chicago Bears, and still a lot of money to spend at Ryan Poles' disposal, and still some notable names out there. So I don't think this team is anywhere close to done at this point in time. Might be done for day one, but as a whole in free agency, I think there's a lot still to come. What has been your favorite signing for the Bears so far? Would you go DeMarcus Walker? Would you go Tremaine Edmonds, TJ Edwards, or Nate Davis? What has been your favorite signing out of the 4 that have taken place so far? Go ahead and let me know in the comments. I think the best value signing has been TJ Edwards, but I would also say that the Tremaine Edmonds signing was obviously really splashy, really fun. The Nate Davis one's going to be solid. And I think Walker's going to be a solid rotation pass rusher that might start for this team. So let me know what your favorite signing has been so far down in the comment section below. And let me just mention this too. For those of you who joined our live stream today, thank you so much. 6,000 in Super Chats. You guys are unbelievable. 9.5 hour stream. And you guys, a lot of you were there for a lot of it. So appreciate the support, the love. I couldn't do it without you guys. I also want to give my wife Hannah a shout out too. I was at work for 13, 14 hours today. Came home, and now I'm doing a video at home as well, cutting into my and her time because, free agency is a busy time, and this is what it requires to do this job. So I appreciate her love and support. Remember, she's going to come in the studio and do a mock draft with us. That's going to be a lot of fun. But appreciate everybody's support. Appreciate my wife's support. This has been a hectic day one of free agency, and couldn't do it without all the special people around me and the audience here at Bears Now. So we appreciate that. And if you want to be a part of the family, of course, hit that subscribe button. I'm Harrison Graham signing off for now. We'll see if anything else happens tonight, but it's been a busy day so far on day one of NFL free agency.